I'm looking at some of my notes when I first started journaling. Rather than playing the judge, I wish you would have lent a hand to to everyone that heard a story followed by no facts. I wish you would have come and talked to me. Crazy, crazy. You know, that's something that I think needs to be talked about. It's so funny. It's my evolution and my ascending has been like, I mean, I'm in a Truman Show, so it's been exploited for the world to see and narrated and misconstrued and plastered to be something it wasn't supposed to be, because they lost control. They lost control of the narratives, and they thought it was going to go one way because they thought that I would have given up by now. So there's that venture of it. Or I would have taken my own life. Those were the mechanisms that they approached it when it came to me and me starting to make my videos, starting to put my voice out there for me to start making my presence known. That's why my Facebook grew overnight and I had thousands and thousands of followers all of a sudden, because they thought it was going to go one way. But it didn't, clearly. It didn't, because the thing they didn't know was the connection I had with God. The connection I had with Source. The connection I had with the Most High. The connection I had with Jesus and the Holy Spirit. And they truly didn't understand how my mind operates, because I am someone that does a lot of internal thinking. I don't say a lot of things out loud. I make my videos, I communicate when I'm out in public, but when it comes to my inner thought, I keep it inside. Now, there are people that I will open up to when it comes to my spirituality, when it comes to my thoughts, but that's an onion I peel back based off the energy, based off the genuineness, based off the eyes, based off what I see. I know how to read a room, I know how to read a person, and I know how to read a conversation. And so it's something that God and the Most High have helped me with. And it's just funny because I now see the mechanisms of it and how things went wrong. Because I don't run on money. I don't run on fame. I don't look for a breakthrough because I've already hit my breakthrough. I don't look to reach this level of, I don't know, eliteness, I guess, like they are. Basically, in a nutshell, I'm not them. I'm not them. They expected me to move like them and make the decisions that they would make. And because I am not like them, I don't run like they do. We're here today. And that's just the grand scheme of things. I run differently. I move differently. I feel differently. I love differently. I speak differently. You're never going to understand me because I wasn't meant to be understood. I was meant to be misunderstood. That's what God designed for me, my path, my destiny, and my purpose. Period. And you can slice it, spin it, narrate it, misconstrue it, but that is what it is. It doesn't change the fact that that is facts. And it's led us to where we are at today. And I just take it as a moment of, well, Amanda, you're doing something right. You know, I am beyond blessed for all the love and connections that I have made on TikTok and Facebook in some ways, more so than TikTok, or more so on TikTok. Facebook, between all my messages, I can't even make sense of what goes on Facebook, to be quite frank with you. That's very peculiar platform right there. TikTok's very peculiar in its own way too. My YouTube, I put on YouTube. I have like 10 subscribers. I have it connected to my, my TikTok page. Like I put out messages, and where they land, they land. And I feel like that's just the way I move. It's just the way I move. I'm just not in the business to entertain chasing something that I don't need to chase, because I have everything within me. I have spiritual abundance. I have an abundance within myself, in the way that I feel about myself, in the way that I feel about the blessing I have for life in general. And I have an abundance for everything that I've walked through in different ways. It just breaks my heart to see everything we're doing, not only to me, but to every other American out here that's just wholeheartedly hurting so bad. And it's like they enjoy it. And they like mock us. And they like laugh at us. And they like lie to us. And it's mind-boggling. And then I walk into work, I bust my butt for pennies, not only just me, but millions of other people. And then they judge us for our circumstances that they put us in. That they literally put us in. And we allow them to make us feel unworthy because we don't feel good enough. We don't feel like we amount to anything, because why? We're not like them. We don't have all the cars. We don't have all the houses. We don't have all the investment homes. We're not living the lavish lifestyle. So then we feel unworthy. We feel like we're never going to amount to anything. And it's just like a freaking connecting the dots. It literally is. And I see it. And they know I see it. And they know what kind of change I can do in this world. And they don't want me to. But here's the beauty of that. You can't beat God. You can't play God. Although you might not think that God is real. And it's so funny and it's so misconstrued, because at the end of the day, those people playing God go into church and claim to be God-fearing people. That is how corrupt it is. It is so much embedded in the churches and in politics. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. And it's sad. It's absolutely sad. And to think that God's going to sit back and watch what we are doing here to his beautiful earth that he created for all of us. I mean, we're literally reliving the Bible. I've said this mountains of times. We literally are times 10 in different ways. I almost prefer, honestly, I do straight prefer, now that I say that out loud, I wish that I lived during the time with Jesus and one of his disciples and walking through that with them like they did than now. Because you have a different level of greed. You have a different level of power now. And now you've got AI that can be weaponized against all of us, where it's taken away all of our privacy. Every single lick of our privacy we don't have. Like, although I'm on my handy dandy list and I know I'm tapped and all this stuff, so are you. So are you, baby. It's not just me. You think you got privacy? No, honey. They know exactly what you're doing. They do indeed. There is 9/11 on the clock as I say that. We have no privacy here. None. They got their hands in every single pot. And so that's why I say, because I understand the mechanics of it, and I'm not too scared to say it, it leads me here. And so I'm going to keep walking this out. Obviously, giving up is not in my blood, and they should have done their research, quite frankly. Quite frankly, you should have done your research. You should have just came and talked to me. You should have just had me come onto your team. Quite frankly, I could have really helped you do some great things. Instead of making me your enemy, you should have made me your teammate, is what you should have done. And we could have really built something great together.